Hola controladores, bienvenidos a su podcast El After. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial. Thallom, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Oh, good. Happy to have you here, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
I like your t-shirt.
Yeah, well, Illuminati.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here, basically, my friend, is to people know your story, like where you're from, what was your first approach into music, and how your career has been developed until today.
Yeah, man, my name is Thales, um, as Thallom. I first started to know music when I was playing trumpet in the school, um, like when I was 16 years old, and always wanted to, know and get more into music. So that was when I came to UK, and I first went to see Asterix, which is a big inspiration for me nowadays. And I was like, wow, what is this music? And I start to, like wanted to know more about Psytrance. Then I went to Point Blank, one of the most well-known DJ school in England. Then I've done my course, and that was like 2008, I think. Yeah, and then that's when I started to play music.
Wow, since 2008.
Since 2008.
You went to school and everything. It was like
Yeah.
a DJ degree or something?
DJ degree, yes.
Amazing. How's a DJ degree?
Well, you do the course, you do from the scratch, like how to interact with the crowd, how to set up the decks, like from your first mix, and then everything. They teach you everything. So from what I see is that it will give you the skills, it will give you the techniques, but you need to, in the meantime, you're gonna have to practice and, like with the time, then that what is, what you can develop, like style of music, everything counts. I've started playing house music, and I was like, oh, this is not really what is my passion, because I always like feel that Psytrance was my passion for music. It took me a while, like 1 year to just 1.5 years probably, just to concentrate and get more opportunities on the Psytrance. And here I am.
Wow, well, it's amazing that you have like a degree, and it's good because they teach you everything, like
No, yeah, it does.
how everything works, how to connect. Yeah, because on this field you need hey, I don't like this player, you know how to change it,
Absolutely.
how the mixers works and everything. Wow.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, they even teach you how to interact, how the crowd wants. They don't want a DJ that just looking for the decks. They want you to interact and like bring your energy up. And yeah, it's amazing. It is. It does make a difference when when you start. It's not really necessarily, but at the end of the day, when you have some skills, and it will help you to get where you want to be. Like,
Yeah, so no, I think it's great.
yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a very good preparation. Yeah, okay, so you finished your degree, and
Yeah.
how long did it took you, or like to start like performing live?
What you mean, Psytrance or just
No,
like DJ?
where-
Well, like actually, like probably in few months, like maybe a couple of months, I was actually trying to do parties as well, because I also organize events. Then I think after I've done my course, I've done my first party in Vauxhall. If I remember the name of the place used closed now, but it used to go Factory. Yeah, and then like invited some like some artists that was well known in UK, and it's been 2 months after I done my course, yes, that I started to get gigs.
I think. Well, what's your first DJ name?
It was Thallom, actually. Yeah, it was Thallom. Yeah. First, well, actually, I was using my name, which is Thalys, until I get to know my name, like like what's the name I'm using. So Thallom came from Thalys, which is my name, and the symbols,
Yeah.
So I put them together, Thallom, and it did work well.
Oh, amazing! So you have a long time with the name.
Yeah.
I thought at the beginning you have another name and then Thallom, but yeah, it's great. And
Yeah, it is.
since early, and you started mixing not Psytrance, you started in another genre.
I started like playing house music. The Brazilian community was booking me a lot, for all the shows that was coming, Brazilian concerts, playing house music after to close the event, those sort of things. But yeah, as soon as I've seen Asterix and Skazi, that was New Year's Eve in Wandsworth. I was like, wow, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to play. And, this is the sounds, and it was amazing.
Wow, amazing. And okay, and you go to that amazing party and you get your first introduction into Psytrance. How long did it took you to start, like, change all the concept of Thallom to start playing Psytrance?
Oh, it took me about a year and a half, like, to start playing Psytrance and getting more bookings and, on the underground scene, and also clubs in London. And I started getting books for festivals as well. Festival abroad like Universo Paralelo. It's been like I've played there like 3 times already.
Nice.
Yeah,
Amazing, man.
yeah. It's good.
And which one was your first party? Like, do you like feel like a DJ? Universal Paralelo, I think.
Well, Universo Paralelo, it's for me the biggest festival in South America. And for me the biggest experience that I had was to play on the first time. It was absolutely insane. It's a festival that I never had that opportunity, and when I did had the opportunity, the crowd, it was everything spectacular. It was insane. Like, I just can't explain in words how it was.
Yeah, you felt the same as when you were in the crowd listening to Skazi.
Yeah,
Asterix.
absolutely.
Oh, amazing, man, amazing. Yeah, so happy that you fulfill your dreams.
Yeah,
That's the most important. Playing Universal Paralelo several times, it's something very important.
Yeah, it's part of the dream, actually.
Yeah, well, we have been talking just about only great things. Can you share that not so good stories in this scene that you have lived?
Not really. Like, not like something that didn't go well, or I can't remember of any. Like, just remember the good parts, and yeah. Thank God, no.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always make this question just to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. But I can't think about anything that was, no.
That's great. Well, let's talk about now. We covered the DJ part, how you started, you went into Psytrance. Let's go on the event promoting.
Yeah.
How did it started?
It started when I wanted to, get more into Psytrance, and like, okay, like I need to like start organizing, because, for me, like, organizing parties is something that I still do, and I love doing it. I love to see like people happy, people enjoying themselves, and that's the one of the reason that I still do events. It's for the love of the music as well.
Yeah, totally. But how share the story of your first event? How was making everything?
It was like my first event was a lot more with Brazilian people that was playing Psytrance, and we got them together. I think the party used to call 8 GB, like 8 gigabytes, and we done the flyer like similar to a memory card, like, yeah. And yeah, it was amazing. Like, it was a good experience for the first one.
Oh, nice. And that was pretty good that you have a good experience, because a lot of music promoters or event promoters, when they make their first party, if it doesn't go good, they stop because they had a bad experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. They start and they just doesn't continue. Yes, I get you. But still nowadays, I organize events in Manchester, which is outside of London, and I organize party in London as well. So I do have a crowd in Manchester, I was living there for like 4 years. So I moved back to London, and I was like, and people, oh, you gonna stop doing parties? Yeah, I said, no, I'm not gonna stop doing parties. So I still do parties there. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And you have now in both. Well, you already know Manchester and
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So you already know the location,
Everything, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's the same venue that I use since I started doing parties there. So doing probably like 2 to 3 parties a year.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your label for parties?
The name of my brand is Illusion.
Oh, your brand, yes.
Yeah.
Illusion Party.
Illusion, yes.
Wow, amazing. And
Yeah.
and you also work well.
Illuminati, I'm resident and I've been with them for over a decade, and it's been like a long time.
Yeah, Illuminati is turning 20 years, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you have a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
And let's talk now about labels. How you start into the labeling while you were a DJ when your DJ career.
Well, I started the first label I had, which is the one I'm still with Expo Records from South Africa. With Grant is my label manager. So I started with them. It's a great label. The style of the music is exactly what I like, and everything connect. If you have a good label that you connect with them, and they send you music, and they help you to promote you, and then those things that helped. And after that, and I thought, oh, I need to get into a label from UK, but I didn't want to leave Expo Records because I'm with them since it was my first label. So I spoke with Grant, and he said, yeah, man, that's okay, it's what you're doing. So I then started with Phantasm Records, one very popular record label. So now I'm on Expo Records and Phantasm Records.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Joe Fantasm.
John Phantasm, yes.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good. John Phantasm is amazing. Yeah, always support, and he played for my parties like all the time, like regular, and we always he always sharing music and promoting myself and those things that the record label do.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. I was talking to Melodic Noise about that. That for me, it would be an honor to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I need to track him because he's a very busy guy.
Yeah,
he's always playing. I follow him on social media. He's always active.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of Israel now and South America, and yeah, so he's busy.
Oh, he's a legend. And here in London, I imagine you play in all the biggest.
I do actually. Yes, I do. Play, pretty much all the parties in UK, from the mainstream to underground. Last month I played on Electric for Altered States with Infected Mushroom. It was a huge event, and it was absolutely great, and a lot of parties in London that is not just commercial, but you also get the underground scene, like warehouses and things like that.
Yeah, the ravers.
The ravers, yeah.
Yeah, the good thing about London is that you have everything. You have the warehouse, you have the mainstream, you have the forest, you have
exactly
an amazing places and all green. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, so happy for that. You have plenty of a career. And at this moment, who will be your inspirations at the moment for playing?
Artists. Yeah, as I said, Asterix was big inspiration before I start my career. So that's why I don't play much of his style, because sometimes if I'm playing on another, like tonight, I can play some remixes, some some tracks, yes, but most of the time I don't play his music because it's too commercial. But for me, it's a big inspiration. It's someone that I have very good respect. But Sonic Species, Avalon, Tristan, all those names, like Brazilian ones, Becker, Avan 7, they good lads and good music. Yeah, good inspiration there.
Wow. Yeah, well, you have Tristan and everybody close from here. So
Yeah.
they told me that they live like in a small village, like
Yeah, yeah.
together.
Yeah, they do.
That's amazing. The music production village, because there are a lot of guys over there.
Yeah.
Man, that's so nice that you have like also that kind of figures like so close. Like you you can go in the car to over.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. Yeah, it's good.
And also you have your label, you have John Fans. I don't know where he lives, but I imagine he lives in.
He lives in UK, yeah,
Yeah, so
Epsom, yeah.
it's amazing. That
Yeah.
you
It's
you
all
can.
close, and that was the reason why I wanted to have, also a record label from UK, because I'm based in UK, so it's good to have someone here like for support, and not just an international um, record label. So I say, why not have two, and it is work well.
No, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I like from you that you have the both things. You make events and you also are into the scene. So it's very wise for yourself like to tell us like tips and recommendations for a DJ that wants to start. What was so he focus right now?
Well, for the DJ that want to start, for me, like the idea that I give is the DJ has to have the feeling. A lot of friends of mine, they say, "Oh, I want to be a DJ. I want to be a DJ." And the first thing that I ask them, "Do you have the feeling? Is that what you want to do?" Because they might see, "Wow, I want to be a DJ," and like just from a different view. So if you have the feeling, "Wow, I like music. I do want to be a DJ." Just go for it, and you don't need actually. It's not really something that is you have to do a course, but if you do, it will help you. You help to do some skill. Any course that you do, it will help you, right? To skills and techniques. So just get into it. Get to know first what style of the music that you like. That is very important. Like I want to be a DJ. Am I want to play house music, techno, psytrance, drum and bass, or I like a bit psytrance. Okay, so I'm gonna. Who's the artist that what make me feel like that? It's the music taste that you have, and the passion that you have for music, and the what's it called? The wanting to do it, and you do it.
That's totally very wise and
Yeah.
and ask you because you have all the experience and yeah I don't think that many DJs take seriously to take a course like how difficult it can be.
No, yeah, absolutely, yeah. As I said, it's not something you can have a friend teaching you at home, or get some studio like pirate studios, or like book like some studio sessions. You get there, but it's something that I wouldn't say irrelevant, but is up to any artist that want to have this course.
Totally. And for starting into making events, promoting events.
Promoting events was like for people that wants to make events. Well, that's a bit more difficult, because like events, like you can lose, you can win, and like my last event, the biggest headline that I had, it's Static. Unfortunately, he was sick and he cancelled on the same day of the event. Then what I had to do, I had to make contacts. I had to like find a new headliner that is suitable for the event. Like just a good replacement. That like, look, guys, this is the replacement, and we're going ahead with the event. But it's a bit more complex. But if you want to do it, if you have the energy to make events, just go for it. Like, it's the beginning is difficult, like as every job, but after gets okay. You know what you're doing. You had someone doing decor. You have someone dealing with this. So you're doing like managing, like logistics, lineup, and those sort of things. You don't. but in the beginning you have to do decor, you have to do this, you have to do everything. So yeah, if you have the energy, just go for it. That's what I say.
Yeah, imagine the pressure of you working so much on the event that then the headliner cancels. You're like,
Same day.
wow. Yeah, and well, the good thing is that you have a lot of
Connection and yeah, that's a good thing.
yeah, but imagine the stress. Imagine that you were planning to make it on the forest, like very, very far, and wow.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen sometimes, like, like artists cancel, and we all have, we all can be sick or something, like a flight delay or something that can happen with anyone, but that's not something that we expect as a party organizer, but it do happen with everyone actually.
Yeah, yeah, because I imagine that you pay the flight, you pay the
Yeah.
okay, you have the venue, logistics, deco, sound system, accommodation,
Yeah,
ticketing,
everything, yeah.
Wow, man, whoa, that's one of the stories that you can share. That
Yeah.
it can happen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, maybe you don't have everything happening so great as a DJ, but doing events you have more factors, right? Yeah, but maybe when you play, sometimes the CDJ is not working right, but you get fixed because you have a lot of experience. You are like, oh, no problem.
Yeah, change the USB or something like that, and like, yeah, it's a different thing. Like when you're playing just DJ, you can, it's I always try to get as early as possible, but it happened to me like a couple of festivals this summer that doing, like went to the festival and probably about 5 crashes on the motorway, delay, and it was one of the festival that I got there literally 5 minutes before my set. They was like, where is Thallom? Is he coming? Oh my god, it was like even actually trying to get replacement. I do want to get early as possible, but it does happen sometimes that you get there not late, but like pretty much by the time for you to play. Like you get there, the guy is gonna play the last track, and you just come and put your USB, find your music. Yeah, it's not like doing parties because you have to be there from the beginning or checking like how is decor going. You want this there, that one there, and yeah, from the scratch actually.
Yeah, you have to be from the scratch and after. And
after the scratch,
the party finishes and you need to deliver everything again. Like clean.
give the venue clean for them, like as it was.
How much time did it take you to clean everything after you at the party?
Sometimes like it depends on the venue, but the venue sometimes give you like 2 hours to take decor out, and then to take out is a lot faster than for the setup, because takeout is just like cutting the cable ties and like getting things out of the venue. Yeah, takes about 2 hours.
Yeah, but it's heavy because if the party finishes at 6 and you arrive like 24 hours before or 12 hours.
Yeah, about 12 hours before. Yeah,
and then another 2 hours. Like,
as I say, you have to have the energy, like a lot of energy sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of that.
A lot.
Yeah, because 2 hours you finish and then you go back and you have all the rush of the party. Then rest a little bit and wow, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to handle. Yeah, and how do you manage to?
Man, you as I said, you have you're not doing all yourself. You have the guy that is coming to do the decor. You have the person that is gonna work at the door. All I do is like logistics, booking artists, making sure they're gonna be on time, everything is correct, and like literally managing the event. Because if I'm gonna do everything, I don't think I would manage.
Yeah, no, but my question is, you also make parties, but you also need you have a lot of gigs. You play a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes, well, that's the thing. Sometimes, if I am doing my parties, like I wouldn't take more gigs. But before, back in the day, I used to run a party in a club called Club 414. But that club, I used to run events there when I was in Brazil. So I went to Brazil for like 6 months, and I was still running the event, like getting lineup ready. This person's gonna do the decor, that one is gonna be at the door, and like everything ready. All I had to do is deliver the party. I wasn't even there, I wasn't on the lineup, but I was managing the event and getting, the party going until I came back to UK. So, it did work well. And sometimes as well, when I had the gig, that not all the time I was taking gigs when I was running an event, but sometimes I say I can't play. I play in the morning, because some of those parties like underground, they start like 11 p.m. and they go till 3 p.m. next day. So I could say, yeah, put me on 10 a.m. or play some morning full on, and it did work. I finished there, go to the other event. Oh man, you can get knackered.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy, and I'm impressed that remotely you can do everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah. The other thing is you have lots and lots of years doing events, so you already know a lot of stuff. You already do the 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it takes months, right?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does take. Once you know what you're doing, it's pretty much easy.
Yeah. Well, you already know the venues and everything, and you have you playing a lot of. So you are like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, some venues you like play like 3-4 times, and so it's very familiar.
Oh, and amazing, man! You are like a Swiss knife.
Yeah.
You have a lot of it in your plate, but it's good, man. You continue with your dreams.
Yeah.
Playing electronic music, doing the events, and yeah, well, I'm so happy to meet you, man.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
What is your social media? Where can people follow you?
Thallom, THALLOM, _official. That's my Instagram.
Oh, great. What's coming for you in the 2026?
2026, there is quite a few festivals that it's to be announced. So yeah, I'm doing about 3-4 events myself as well. So yeah, I hope 2026 is gonna be banging, like full of events, full of festivals.
I hope so.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be a new Universal Parallelo in 2026 as well, at the end of the year, because they're not doing this year. So hopefully I am in Brazil next year.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah. I only wish you light and success.
Thank you, man.
And yeah, well, let me close the episode in Spanish, and thank you so much for sharing your
stories. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
A todos los que vieron escucharon este podcast, sigan a Thallom en todas sus redes sociales. Aquí se las comparto. Denle like y compartan para que se siga creciendo. Y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.
Chao.